Good morning and welcome back to Field 1 here at Palmasola Park and Game 2s across the FGCL, starting off with the Aquanauts and the Sea Cows, Game 1 of our triple header. Glad that you're here. Gray Robertson alongside producer Gracie up here in the scoring tower, just like if we were on a golf course. Yesterday, the Aquanauts got a 6-inning run rule victory, 8-0 behind a no-hitter from Camponic and home runs from Karis Pierce and Gracie Scott. The walk-off came from Maddie Johnson. What'll happen in Game 2? I feel quite confident that the Sea Cows are not going to get no-hit again. They're going to make a push, and we'll see what they can do against Iko Conaway in the circle for the Knots. Here's the lineup for Brett Sauerwein's 5 and 8. Sea Cows, Game 2 of this series, Rayleigh McKinney, the second baseman, leads off with Coco Jaimez, the shortstop, batting second. Jensen Bien is in left, hitting third. Riley Fennell, the center fielder, will bat fourth. Tara Vandewater, the catcher, is hitting fifth. As we get rocking and rolling. Bria Urban is the Ed today in the sixth spot. Brooke Watson at third, batting seventh. Taylor Rogers is at first, hitting eighth. Allie Bunch, the DP, is in the 9 hole. And in the 10 spot is Vela Mansfield, the right fielder. 2-0 on McKinney from Iko Conaway, transferred from Marshall to Howard to play for Torrey Tyson. Conaway with a 3.85 ERA this summer. 3-1 record, 20 innings, 24 hits, 11 runs all earned, 2 walks and 12 strikeouts. There's a strike on McKinney. Rayleigh, 12 of 31, 387 average, 4 RBIs, a triple, a double, 6 runs. Yesterday was 0 for 2. And the count is even 2-2. And a strikeout for Conaway to start the day. Defensive alignment for the Aquanauts looks like this. Jada Thomas is in left. McClellan's in center. Belair is in right. Skylar Young's over at third. Karis Pierce is at short. Maddie Johnson at second. Gracie Scott at first. Caroline Patterson behind the plate. Coco Jaimez at a UCF, trying to start things for the Sea Cow offense. 1-1. Coco 6 for 28, 214 average, 2 RBIs, 5 runs. The 1-2. And another strikeout for Conaway. Good start for Iko. Back-to-back Ks, and we go to the Baylor Bear, Jensen Bien. Jensen was 0 for 1 with a walk in Game 1. Change misses for ball 1. Bien hitting .357, 10 of 28 with 3 RBIs and 8 runs. She does have a .500 on base percentage. Multiple Sea Cows hanging out in the first base coaching box. 4 of them. They're forming a line like in soccer. 2-2. And Iko Conaway strikes out the side. A dominant top of the first. And now the Knots offense will come up when we return. Here's the starting lineup for the 10-3 Anna Maria Aquanauts, coached by Brim Baca over there in the third base coaching box. Shada Thomas, left fielder, leads off. Elena Ball is the today in the 2 spot, the extra hitter. Gracie loves that. McKenna Belair, the right fielder, is in the 3 hole. Cassie McClellan is in center, batting 4th. Gracie Flores, the DP, is in the 5 spot. Karis Pierce, switch hitter, in the shortstop position, batting 6th. Caroline Patterson, last year's MVP, is catching, batting 7th. Skylar Young is at 3rd, hitting 8th. Gracie Scott, the first baseman, bats 9th. Maddie Johnson, the second baseman, is in the 10 spot, and they are facing Katie Rearley in the circle for the Sea Cows. Ball 1 from Rearley, who went in the portal and then decided, you know what, I'm going to stick around and stay in Macon, Georgia with the Mercer Bears. So congratulations to Katie. She'll be back with the Bears in 2026. Rearley on the summer, a 3.79 ERA, 2-2 record, 24 innings, 37 hits, 17 runs, 13 earned, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts. 2-1 on the incoming freshman. Going to Jacksonville, Jada Thomas, who's 8 for 25 with a 320 batting average. 6 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles, 8 runs scored. 485 on base percentage. 2-2. Over to third base, knocked down by Watson. There's the first out. Defensive alignment for the Sea Cows. Jensen Vien is in left. Out in center field is Riley Fennell. And over in right is Vela Mansfield. You just saw Brooke Watson at third base. Coco Jaimez is holding down short with Rayleigh McKinney at second. Taylor Rogers at first. And Tara Vandewater, producer Gracie's favorite player in the league, behind the plate. Strike 1 to the Pittsburgh Panther, Elena Ball. Ball 11 for 30 this summer with 5 RBIs, 2 triples, a double, and 7 runs scored. Yesterday was 0 for 2 with a walk. And now quickly down 0-2. Foul. Well, as always, we want you to join us here in the booth. You know, there's just the 2 of us, but we'd like to hear from you, fine folks at home. So tweet me or Instagram me or Facebook or whatever. I don't care. Gray_Robertson on Twitter, Gray Robertson 2 on the gram, and Gray Robertson on Facebook. We'll read your message on the air, so hit us up. 3-2 on ball now. Really trying to get the pesky ball, and that'll flare foul. We will also check in on the other field periodically as the morning goes along. Tom's over there holding down the fort. Tom had a bunch of regular old softball games yesterday. Way inside outed foul. Over there now, bottom of the first, it's 1-0 Queens over the Circus. Another 3-2 outside. It's a very nice walk drawn by Elena Ball. And now up comes McKenna Belair. Going to Ole Miss after transferring from Florida. Belair this summer hitting .560, 14 of 25, 17 RBIs. That leads the team. 3 homers, 5 doubles, 7 runs. She had a solo shot yesterday in game 1. Part of a 2-for-3 day with a couple ribbies. Ole Miss has dipped into the FGCL portal pool quite a bit this summer, and I think Belair might be the best prospect that they've grabbed for what that roster specifically needed, because she'll catch a lot for that staff. And she will hit bombs. The 1-2. Runner goes. It was a ball. Throw down. Just a hair late. Good throw by Tara Vandewater, but a little too much speed from Ball. Alina has stolen base number 3 this summer. My shoulder's popping right now. I don't feel like that's a good thing. I'm aging. 2-2. Just inside, another full count. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks. And up comes Cassidy McClellan, the Florida Gator, who's hitting .410, 16 of 39, 12 RBIs, 4 homers, 13 runs. Got a double in there as well, and a .500 on-base percentage. Oh no. It's going right at the same spot. So that foul ball landed in the middle of a tennis lesson. We might need someone to go and ask them for the ball back. They're right there. I mean, they can throw it over the fence. McClellan, opposite way. That is foul. Another one.
Panic. 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 They went.
Okay, so back at it. I'm going to implore Cassidy McClellan to keep it within the fencing area. Really looking for an out. Another 0-2. And misses 1 and 2. Through the 5-6 hole, and this will load the bases. Ball is going to hold at third. First hit of the day for the Aquanauts. And the stage is set for Louisiana Tech's Gracie Flores. Flores in game 1 was 1 for 2 with a pair of runs scored. Gracie hitting .324, 11 of 34 with 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 8 runs. Oh and 1. Getting to 2 strikes has not been an issue for Rearly. It's been finishing off these hitters. And there's another one. That's another batter really gets up 0-2 on. Foul ball. Flores sends that towards the bullpen. And a swing and a miss. That's a huge strikeout for Rearly. And up comes the USF Bull, Karis Pierce, who had that 3-run homer in game 1 from the lefty side. She was switch hitting throughout the game. Karis this summer 9 for 33, 273 average, 6 RBIs, a home run, 2 doubles, and 8 runs scored. And again, rarely gets ahead 0-2. I think that's every hitter. I think every hitter has had an 0-2 count in this inning so far. Another foul ball. Two and two. That's a lot of pitches for Rearly here in this inning. Oh my gosh, this is pitch 40. Now pitch 41 here in the first for Katie Rearly. Count is full. Pierce sends it out towards right field, and actually it'll be McKinney who takes it from deep second, and the Knots leave them loaded. A 42 pitch inning for Katie Rearly, and not a single run comes in. We're tied up at 0 going to the second. Well, after one inning, both pitchers go scoreless, but in very different ways. And now we go to the second. Sea Cows have 4, 5, 6 due up. Fennell, Vandewater, and Urban. Aiko Conaway struck out the side on 14 pitches in the top of the first. Katie Rearly threw over 40, but got the Knots to strand them loaded. Now here is the Clemson Tiger, Riley Fennell. Ball one to Fennell. Riley in game one was 0 for 2, hitting .258 this summer. 8 of 31 with 5 RBIs, a homer, 4 doubles, and 7 runs. That is sent into foul ground. That definitely got somebody. 1-1. Oh. Fennell skies this towards right, and now it's blooping into fair territory. Base hit. Fennell safe at second. That's the first hit of a series for the Sea Cows, and it's a double that just dropped in down the line. Belair just didn't get a good read on it. Now runner on second instantly for Tara Vandewater. Creighton Blue Jay by way of Oklahoma State. First pitch popped. Patterson's got it for the first out. That sends up Bree Urban out of Omaha. Ball one. 9 of 30 for Urban, 300 average. 3 RBIs, a homer, a double, 3 runs. 382 on base percentage. Urban lines that out to right. That's off the glove of Belair. Fennell will stop at third. They're on the corners with 1 out. So that'll be an E9. One out, runners on the corners for Brooke Watson. And ball one to Brooke out of Chattanooga State. She's also hitting 300, 9 of 30 with 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 5 runs. Three and 0. That's like Okonaway running into some trouble. On the ground towards short. A run will score for the Sea Cows. And out recorded. 2 gone, but 1-0 on the RBI ground out by Watson. First pitch is hit out to center by Rogers. This will be caught, and that'll end the inning. 1 run does come across for the Sea Cows, and we go to the bottom of the second. Knott's will try and answer, and we come back. Last year's MVP, Caroline Patterson, starts off with a foul ball. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Caroline, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, trying to get off the schneid a little bit. Was 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. And now, yet again, Greeley is ahead 0-2. Patterson hitting .342, 13 of 38, 10 RBIs, 4 homers, a triple, 4 doubles, and 14 runs. And she's going to loop that out towards right, but the catch is made for the first out. Which brings up North Carolina Tar Heels Skylar Young, who walked yesterday. 6 of 32, 188 average, 5 RBIs, a double, 5 runs, 270 OBP. See if Really gets ahead 0-2 again. 7 hitters, 7-0-2 counts. There's one. Wow, 0-2. This is crazy. Can I see your phone real quick, Gracie? He said on the mic. I meant to mute. I didn't. I'm just going to double, triple confirm. So that's fouled off. Okay, so Jada Thomas, it was 2-0. It was 1-1 to Bel Air. Everybody else has been 0-2. So that means of the 8 hitters, 6 Really's gotten ahead 0-2. And she gets a called strike 3. Pulled the string there for the second out and her second K. Over on the other field, 2-0 Queens, bottom second against the Circus. Checking socials. Hey, Candy Vandewater tweeting in. Good morning, Gray and Gracie.
Yay!
Moo Sea Cows. Say hi, Gracie.
Hey, Miss Vanderwater.
Here's Gracie Scott. Speaking of Gracie's, guess what? 0-1. That is lifted towards center, and this will be a much more economical 1-2-3 inning for Katie Rearley. We are all tied up at 0 after 2 here on field 1. My mistake. 1-0 Sea Cows. Thank you, Gracie. Well, Sea Cows are holding the line yet again. And it's Reagan Wheatley, Allie Boardwine over there. 1-0 they lead. Still waiting on my meds to kick in, so my apologies for not getting the score right. Whoops. Allie Bunch, Vela Mansfield, Rayleigh McKinney against Psycho Conaway here in the third. And ball 1 to Allie Bunch, who has committed officially to Winthrop. Super excited for Allie. And I think Winthrop is getting a very versatile kid. Solid hitter. She can play the outfield, and she's had one of the best ERAs all summer in the circle. Allie this summer is batting .250, 5 of 20 with an RBI and 3 runs, 400 on base percentage. And now 1-2. Conaway comes back and gets strikeout number 4, first out of the inning. Now bring up Vela Mansfield. St. John's River State College looking for a new home. Fouls off the first pitch. Vela 1 for 21 with an RBI. 3 walks on the year. Again, foul. What an interesting... I can't get over how the Sea Cows are just... I mean, it really is like a soccer PK. They're just lined up over in the first base coaching box, just hanging out, watching the game. Brett Sauerwein, head coach at SCF, and for the Sea Cows over in the third base box. As Conaway gets a second straight K, 2 down. So first time through, 5 strikeouts for Iko. And back to the top of the order we go with Southeastern University's Rayleigh McKinney. Brandon, Mississippi native, sophomore last year for Southeastern U. 2-time All-Sun Conference selection. Aquanauts sitting at 10-3. That's good for third. They're a couple games clear of fourth, as that is lobbed all the way towards the fence over the head of Belair. McKinney's thinking three, then she stopped and went back to second. She was halfway to third and then turned around. That's a 2-out double for the Sea Cows. As Coco Jaimez gets a runner in scoring position shot. She struck out in the first. Coco sends that into the bleachers, 0-1. 'Cows at 5-8 in the standings. That is good for 8th right now. They're a game back of the River Mocs and a game ahead of the Finns. So if the playoffs started today, it would be Cows and Finns in the first round. Winner would face the Squeeze, which would be a tough matchup. Squeeze has outscored opponents like 47-0 in their last 3 games. Two. Fouled again. On deck is Jensen Bien, who's been one of the more consistent hitters all summer long. So this is a real opportunity for the Sea Cows to do some major damage here in the third. Payoff from Conaway. Popped up. Caught it short, inning over. Runner left stranded on second base, and we go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Sea Cows on field one. Ten 1-2 for the Aquanauts. Johnson, Thomas, and Ball against Katie Rearley. And a first pitch ball to Maddie Johnson. Currently in the portal, Maddie coming from George Mason. heard some things about some interested schools. Yesterday, Johnson was 2 for 2, reached base 4 times, and had the walk-off to end it in 6. So the batting average is now 438, 8 RBIs, 4 doubles, 6 runs, OBP at 513. Three and 0. Called strike. There's ball 4. So Johnson takes her base. She's got 7 stolen bases on the summer, so watch out for that. That's a walk to the leadoff batter of the inning and the 10 hole, which is 2 of the pitching Cardinal sins tied into 1. We'll see how Rearly bounces back against Jada Thomas, who grounded out in the first. Ball 1 to Jada Thomas, who's going to play at Jacksonville. One of the few incoming freshmen in the league. Out of Wesley Chapel, Florida. Oh my. Ground ball to third. Watson will get the lead runner. Thought Brembaka might challenge. I don't think that's worth it. I think the out was there. So fielder's choice. Thomas is aboard. And now first pitch strike to Alina Ball, who walked earlier. Was left stranded at third in the first inning. Oh, and 2. Over on field 2, the twist has been plotted. Top of the third, it's 4-2 Circus over the Queens. Called strike 3. Second K looking for Rearly, third overall, 2 away. Now McKenna Belair, who walked in the first. Sure she would like to atone for a couple of the mishaps out in the outfield. She's got the bat to totally switch up this game. But she got caught up on the hands, and Watson will make the catch to end the inning. Katie Rearly mowing right along. After 3, 1-0 Sea Cows here in game 2. Swing and a miss for Jensen Vien as we start the top of the fourth. Vien, Fennell, and Vandewater. Good part of the order for the Sea Cows with that 1-0 lead. Vien over to short. Johnson, good throw, but not in time. She had to hurry, and the throw just, while on target, needed to be a little bit whippier. That's an infield single for Jensen Vien. She's 1 for 2. And as a wasp hovers close to my face, here's Riley Fennell, who doubled and scored in the second. Just much better at bats. I'm sorry, I can't look away from the wasp. Okay, as I was saying, much better at bats today from the Sea Cows. They've looked much more confident in their plan. They're not chasing nearly as much, although that first inning was kind of an ominous look, but I don't know what Brett Sauerwein said. Clearly the message stuck, because since that first inning, just a lot better. She went 1 and 2. And if I'm Conaway, I'm mixing in more of that, because the Sea Cows do look comfortable. So how do you make them uncomfortable? You change speeds a little bit more. Fennell, short hop to Johnson. No chance for a double play, but the fielder's choice will retire Vien. And bring up Tara Vandewater. Shout out to Candy and the Vandewater family. I think they were here. Were they here? No? I saw... Well, now what are we talking about? Is the question if Vien impacted the ability to throw to first? I did not think so. I just thought it was a double clutch from Flores. They're saying it's reviewable. I'm going to double check Appendix G, make sure that's correct. Yeah, it would be, but I'll be honest, I don't think anything about the angle would have shown us that clearly. And frankly, live, I didn't see anything either. So now here's Vandewater. First pitch out towards center field. Quick run in for the new center fielder, Elena Ball, 2 down, which is, I think, the opening to talk about the Aquanauts' defensive changes. Ball is now in center. Sydney Schiller has come in to play right. Skylar Young still at third. And you've still got Johnson on the infield just at short now. Flores is at second and Pierce at first. Belair behind the plate. And Schiller's going to get tested out in right. Long run in. But Urban flies out. And the leadoff single does no damage. To the bottom of the fourth, just a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. We love to see it. 1-0 Sea Cows over the Aquanauts here on Field 1. Well, this is a good one. Here we are in the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Sea Cows. Cassie McClellan takes it low. It's 4-5-6. McClellan, Flores, and Pierce. Cass singled in the first inning. That is crushed foul. 1-1. The Aquanauts dugout playing Clarity. And I'm going to tell you a little story about Clarity by Zed. As we get the game ball in. One and two. So I am in charge, me and Tom, radio guys at Alabama. We are in charge of taking our director of player development, Ryan Emery, to bat testing on road trips. So we'll, because we have a car, so we'll leave 20, 30 minutes for the bus. That's out to left. This might be caught. And on the run, nice grab by VN. Big out. McClellan sits down, one away. So on these trips to bat testing, I put together the pregame playlist, and it is typically some kind of hype song to get us ready, something relevant. Sometimes it's the girls' walk-up songs, and more often than not, it closes with either an Iconopop song or Clarity. As Gracie Flores takes strike one. She struck out in the first. And also in 2021 at Alabama for CO1, 0-2, I put together my pregame playlist, my personal pregame playlist for every home game. And Clarity was always a song that I closed with pulling into the parking lot. I would park, we would get to the B drop that's about to come, and it's very fun to punch the air.
Rat flick.
That is foul. That's foul. Still 0-2. In the air towards left, but VN's got a beat. 2 down. So now here comes the bull, Karis Pierce. Freshman last year for South Florida from Crystal Beach. Had 101 at-bats and 23 RBIs for USF. Somehow that didn't hit her. 1-0. I don't know what contortionist act that was to avoid getting hit by that pitch. Over on the other field, it's now 6-4 Queens over the Circus, bottom three. Three and 0. Pierce popped out to second in the first. I believe Taya Charlton just hit a 2-run homer, so now 8-4 Queens over the Circus. Payoff from Rearley. In the air to left. Busy inning for Jensen Bien. She'll make her third catch of the frame, and we are after 4. Still looking at a 3-1, a 1-0. Well, I can't get scores right anymore. A 1-0 Sea Cows advantage off to the 5th here on field 1 as I try and remember what math is. Brooke Watson, Taylor Rogers, and Allie Bunch lead off the 5th for the Sea Cows, looking to build on a 1-0 advantage. Brooke Watson fouls that one off, 2-1. RBI ground out for Brooke. That's it. That's all the scoring we've had in this ball game. Two. And a strikeout for Conaway. One gone here in the 5th as Taylor Rogers, who flew out to center, steps in. Oh and 2. Taylor Rogers currently in the portal, coming from Mercer. Entered today, hitting 167. Trying to get to Aiko Conaway, who's been nails today. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aiko. She's got 7 in the game. And up comes Allie Bunch. Both pitchers today. I mean, this is good stuff. We've had 4 total hits. 1 run that was unearned. That's it in this ball game. Ooh, changed a little high. Bunch struck out in the 3rd. And with the return of Conaway, who is out for a few games, the Knots become even more dangerous. Offense has been good. Kamponic, one of the best arms in the league. Conaway showing she is as well today. But I think the biggest concern for the Knots, just based on my analysis, is sometimes they have games like this where you look and it's like, how is this offense not scoring? And if you have that type of game in the postseason, your summer's done. Bunch out towards right field. Schiller did not get a great jump, but she'll make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3-5 for Aiko Conaway. Aquanauts still trail by a run. They'll have last year's MVP starting it off in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1 to Caroline Patterson as we start. The cursor's broken. There we go. We start at the bottom of the 5th. The computer's been acting up today. Patterson flew out in the 2nd. Patterson facing Katie Rearley, who's gone 4 innings, giving up 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. This is one of the best outings of the summer for Rearley. And now Patterson pops it up. Bit of a run over. Catch made by McKinney for the first out. Reagan Wheatley is the new first baseman. Allie Boardwine is the new right fielder for the Sea Cows. Trying to force a rubber match after the 8-0 6-inning win for the Knots in Game 1. Skylar Young struck out looking in the 2nd. Oh my. Lots of screeching over at field 2. For just a strikeout, apparently. Still 8-4 Queens, bottom 4. What I've really liked about Rearley is, A, she's getting ahead, which frankly was a big issue all day yesterday. We had 72 runs on this field. I felt like no pitcher was getting ahead, except for Kamponic. That was it. And both Conaway and Rearley have done a really good job kind of pounding the zone, forcing the hitters to go after them and not just sit there and take. And that's led to this 1-0 pitcher's duel. Young sends it over to McKinney at 2nd. 2 straight P4s, 2 outs here in the 5th. now the first opportunity for new Ole Miss Rebel Sydney Schiller, coming from Texas Tech. 5 for 25 this summer, 200 average with 4 RBIs and 6 runs. 323 on base percentage. She'll take ball 1. Ooh. Somebody just got toasted by a field 2 foul ball. Coming up next, it'll be game 2 between the Skeeters and the Finns. Yesterday, the Finns trailed 10-0 and won the game. 20-15. No, seriously. 20-15 was the final score. Squeeze beat the Pioneers 29-0, and that was not the highest total run scoring game on our field yesterday. I'm cool if all the games are like this, though. This is a lot of fun. This is good old school softball. It's come down to the key hit. You know, an error or two. Pitching's been really good. Another strikeout for Katie Rearley. She is officially cooking with gas. And we go to the 6th with the Sea Cows leading at 1-0. Sea Cows trying to build on that 1-0 lead here in the 6th. They'll have Tim 1-2 due up. Bordwine, McKinney, and Jaimez. And ball 1 to Allie Bordwine. Porling from Oklahoma Baptist. Allie 3 for 25 with an RBI this summer. Has scored a couple runs. Popped up. Johnson's there. Aiko Conaway has gone 5 1/3 now. 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. So far, no walks and 7 strikeouts. Now back to the top of the order. Rayleigh McKinney, a strikeout and a double here in this game. Ball 1 from Conaway. Field 2 update. Bottom 4, 10-4 Queens over the Circus after a Sophia Grillo 2-run homer. McKinney fouls that one off. That looked like it was going to be a ball. That's 2-2. Another one out towards right. Another one out of play. Into the pin. I got to think for Fins and Skeeters, we're going to get Grace Harris versus Grace Rourke. So I think it'll be... If it's 20-15 again, I have questions about so many things. Back to the circle. Conaway will handle it with ease for the second out. Coco Jaimez is 0 for 2, and it'll be 0 for 3. As Aiko Conaway continues to cook. She's retired 9 straight. And we'll see if the Knots offense can help her out. 1-0. Katie Rearley coming back out. Pitching a masterpiece here on field 1. (10-1-2) for the Aquanauts. Maddie Johnson, Jada Thomas, Elena Ball here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Katie Rearley once again in the circle for the Sea Cows. She has been superb today. She's also retired 9 straight batters, just like Aiko Conaway on the other side. Both pitching staffs have been excellent today. I mean, the pitchers have been just off the charts good. Last not to reach was Maddie Johnson, who led off the 3rd with a walk. She bunts that, and it's foul. Gray Robertson alongside producer Gracie up here in the booth. Game 2 of this series. Sea Cows trying to force a rubber match tomorrow before our 4th of July break. Foul ball. 0-2. Let's tell you a little bit more about Katie Rearley. Redshirt junior last year for Mercer, went in the portal, decided she's going to stick around and play another year in Macon. Townsend, Georgia native who went to Richmond Hill High School. Favorite food is sweet potatoes. Favorite dessert is tiramisu, which I approve. If she owned a yacht, she would name it Shrimpin' Ain't Easy. She's right. Johnson loops that out to right, and that's down. Just over the head of McKinney. That's the second hit today for the Aquanauts. And to the top of the order we go. Jada Thomas is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fielder's choice. Aquanauts have to be thinking, let's get McKenna Belair to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Thomas will bunt. McKinney's covering first. And Johnson's trying for third. And she is tagged out. 2 gone. Brembaka, I think, was arguing for obstruction, but here's the problem. Maddie Johnson never slid, and she's asking where was she supposed to slide. You have to attempt it, otherwise there's no opportunity to call anything. So 2 gone, and ball 1 to Elena Ball, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. The way the rule is written, it's very hard to be in an obstruction position unless the runner is sliding. I've got it right here. We can pull up the obstruction page if we need to. Page 77 of the rule book. Ball fouls that off. 2-1. Three and 2. Also, to the rules committee, as they change some things this offseason, this is a lot, so it would be great if we could simplify some of these. I mean, obstruction is 6 pages in here. Payoff to Ball, that's out to left. Belair will get an opportunity here in the 6th. And I think this is the big one. The runner would have been clearly put out, then obstruction is ignored. I think Johnson was hosed, and the fact that she didn't slide didn't help. Ball 1 to McKenna Belair. Walk in the first, pop out in the third. Tying run over at first base. It's a very quick Elena Ball. Belair is the team leader in RBIs. So honestly, if I'm Katie Rearley, I'm all right being careful. Three and 0. Did she go? No. Vandewater's going to go have a word with Rearley. But when you're playing the Aquanauts, these are right now the 2 bats you have to worry about. Belair at the plate, McClellan on deck. See what the plan is on the 3-0 to McKenna Belair. Ball 4. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it does put a runner in scoring position for Cassidy McClellan, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. I'll be honest, I think if I'm pretty careful with McClellan as well. I think I'm not actually giving her a strike. If she gets herself out, cool, fun. Otherwise, though, I think I'm painting around the zone, not necessarily in the zone. She went in the zone and got away with it, 0-1. Oh and 2. The 0-2 to McClellan is outside, 1 and 2. Called strike 3. Katie Rearley catches McClellan looking, and 2 runners are left stranded on base. To the 7th we go. Sea Cows will look for insurance, and we come back. Top of the 7th, Sea Cows clinging to a 1-run lead. They'd love some more to help out Katie Rearley, who is pitching a masterpiece for the Manatee Sea Cows. It's Vienne, Fennell, and Vandewater, so a good part of the order due up. Jensen is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. She's also the last Sea Cow to reach base. That single led off the 4th. Since then, Aiko Conaway, who no matter what happens today has also pitched beautifully, has mowed down this lineup. Two and 1. Jensen VN to right. Schiller will make the grab. One down.
Oh, Ron got it.
Fennell on the ground to short. Johnson to first in time. 2 down. So just like that, 2 away. Vandewater, fair ball down the third base line. She's gunning for 2, and she'll have to stay there because it got outside the fence. But Tara Vandewater with a 2-out double.
He's very well.
So Breer Bond. Oh and 1. Urban has reached on an error and flown out to right today. Well, this is a monster at bat. Because if the Sea Cows get one more, you feel really, really good. Conaway's got to bear down, give her team a shot. Aquanauts will have 5, 6, 7, Flores, Pierce, and Patterson. So the opening will be there for Karis Pierce, who's got a home run in this series and last year's MVP to make a difference. On the ground to first. Race to the bag is won by Pierce. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Sea Cows up by a run. Katie Rearley will come out and look to finish the job here on Field 1.
I gotta use the
Here we sit, bottom 7, Sea Cows trying to even the series. A 1-0 lead on an RBI groundout in the second inning by Brooke Watson. Since then, the pitcher's duel has raged on. Iko Conaway for the Aquanauts has done very well, but the stage is set for Katie Rearley, facing 5, 6, 7, Flores, Pierce, and Patterson. Gracie Flores is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Strike one. Flores out of Louisiana Tech. This part of the order today is 0 for 6. I almost hit her. 2-1. Don't want to give up a free pass. Flores will find center field. Leadoff base hit for the Aquanauts here in the 7th. Tying run aboard. Boy, she just went and got that. Stuck the bat out. Now Karis Pierce. Pop out and a fly out for Karis. And the danger here for Rearley, you've got 2 straight hitters who have home run pop. Pierce going righty this time. Ball 1. On deck is last year's MVP, Caroline Patterson. Karis Pierce at the plate. 1-2. This will be pitch 120 for Katie Rearley today. And a really good block by Vandewater. Full count. Payoff to Pierce. Foul. The Wasp is back. I think he senses the importance of the moment. Another 3-2. Ball 4. 2 on, nobody out. Tying run in scoring position. The winning run is at first base. And the stage is set for last year's MVP. 0 for 2 in this game. It's been a minute since she's had a big swing for the Knots. Now she takes strike 1, 0-1. Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Back up the middle. It's off the glove of McKinney. Flores is coming home. The throw is late. This game is tied. A hit for Patterson. I thought that might just load the bases. But now the winning run is on second for Skylar Young. Still nobody out. And a tough break for Rearley here in this inning. Young on the ground to first. Wheatley steps on the bag, but that's a productive out. Now Sidney Schiller, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. One and one. Can Katie Rearley bear down and get this to an 8th? Schiller fouls it. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Rearley comes back with the K. 2 gone. And it is up to Maddie Johnson. A walk in the 3rd, a single in the 6th. And remember, it was Johnson who walked it off in the 6th in game 1 to get the run rule. 0-1. Two and one. This is another scenario where I'm cool with kind of being a little bit more cautious with Johnson. Jada Thomas on deck is 0 for 2. Johnson's been aboard twice. Johnson to left. Boardwine is there. I beg your pardon, VN is there, and we're going to extras. The Aquanauts tie it up, but they strand the winning run on third base, and we go to the 8th on field 1. Oh, here we go. I think, is this our first extra inning game on field one?
No.
No? All right. Well, my memory stinks. Brooke Watson lays down a bunt that was fair. Urban gets to third, and that's how you do it. It's ITB, so the sacrifice moves Bree Urban to third, and there's one gone for Reagan Wheatley. In the portal from Norfolk State. What a time to be getting your first at-bat of the game. Looking for anything to bring in Urban. Ball one. Wheatley, 4 of 22, 182 average with 3 RBIs, 1 home run, and a run scored. Aquanauts tied it at 1 in the bottom of the 7th with a RBI single from Caroline Patterson. One, two. What does Iko Conaway have? Good take. Skeeter's Fins up next on this field. Wheatley, foul ball. I think that's the right call. I am in agreement. I think it's the right call. Barely, barely. Just looking for anything in play. Full count. Conaway nearing 100 pitches. This will be number 92. She's staying upstairs on Wheatley, trying to get some sort of pop-up. Called strike 3. Conaway gets strikeout number 8 when she had to have it. 2 gone. And up comes Allie Bunch, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Hmm. 1-0. Aquanauts are going to have exactly what they want. Johnson will be starting at second. The top of the order will be due up. To be the Sea Cows. You have to convert here. In her half called strike, 1-1. Bunch takes a bit of a walk. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts. And that'll strand the go-ahead run at third base. Aquanauts. Now 9 Ks on the day, and the Aquanauts will try and walk it off when we come back. The Aquanauts are in a great spot here in the bottom of the 8th. Tie ball game, ITB. So the last out starts at second base, and that's the very fast Matty Johnson. You got the top of the order set to hit. Thomas, Ball, and Belair. And Jada Thomas is 0 for 2, but already has a sac bunt. First pitch from Rearley. Bunted. Watson will throw to first. It got away, and the Aquanauts will walk it off. Johnson comes in to score on the error. A sacrifice bunt error, and the Knots win it 2-1 in 8. And a heartbreaker for the Sea Cows, who did just about everything right for 6.5 innings. Katie Rearley takes a very tough loss. She was incredible. Aquanauts gets the victory. She was incredible. Pitching all the way around was very impressive. But the one defensive miscue proves to be the difference. As the Sea Cows drop to 5-9, the Aquanauts win to go to 11-3. What a way to start our day. Good ball game, and they'll play again tomorrow. As the Sea Cows try and salvage Game 3, the Aquanauts will go for the sweep. For producer Gracie, I'm Gray Robertson. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got Fins and Skeeters coming up in about 30. We'll see you then, everybody.